Hi everyone, welcome to Verbling. My name is Hina, and for the next hour, you are going to be having a class with me. Yay! And it's going to be a writing class. Last week I had 2 or 3 writing classes, and a lot of students told me it was their first time in a writing class. So I heard that as having to schedule more writing classes. So this is the first one. We have writing class tomorrow as well. So for all those who want to work on their writing skills, these are the classes for you. I can see Norbert telling people how to get reservations in the chat box. The first 2 minutes of classes are reserved for premium account users or for students who have made reservations. So if you want to make reservations, there are a couple of things. If you want to get reservations, there are a couple of things that you can do. The link is, here is the link. So it's verbling.com/get-reservations. Okay, there's a video you can watch, and then you can invite friends if you log in through your Facebook. It's a couple of other things. Okay, so after the first 2 minutes, after premium account users have used their reservations, then the seats open up for everybody else in class. So all those who are waiting, seats are going to open up for you in like a few more seconds. Hamid, aren't you really, really tired?
Yes, but writing class is important for me. So
yes.
I effort my last charges.
Okay, all right. So you're like, sleep is for the weak. I need to pass my exam. And we also have in class Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie. Okay. So Ronnie, I think you're probably muted. If this is your first time in a Verbling class, then you have to unmute yourself. So there's a microphone on top. You need to click on that, and that will unmute you. Okay? And actually, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually making a Word document that we're going to be using in class to write. Okay? All right.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay, so Ronnie, there's like an echo that I can hear, so of myself talking. So if you want to put on earphones, headphones, that would be best, because otherwise the echo will drive me crazy.
I'll go get it.
Thank you so much. Okay, and it looks like our class is full. That's awesome. So we have Pamela. Hi, Pamela. I know you were in my earlier classes too.
Yes, hi.
How are you doing today?
Fine. I'm
That's
here.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we have Minne as well. Minne's back from our last class. We have
Hi.
Koji. Hi, Koji.
Hi, teacher Hina.
How are you?
Nice to be here. Yeah, I'm fine. That's good. Nice color.
Thank you so much.
Very beautiful.
So, welcome everyone. I can see a couple of new faces. So let's go and introduce ourselves. Today's writing class, we're going to be writing about the book that got us hooked onto reading, or the one that turned us away from it. Okay? I don't think that people just don't like books or just don't like reading. I think when you are introduced to reading or when you're young, there are certain experiences that you have that determine whether or not you like to read. So if there was one book that you read in your childhood and then you got hooked onto reading, you couldn't get enough of it, then I want to know what book that was. Or if there was a book that turned you away from reading, you're like, I don't want to read ever again after reading this book. I want to know what that book was as well. Okay, so it's either or. It's the book that got you either hooked or the book that turned you away. All right, and we're going to be writing about what that book was. It can be a book, it can be a novel, it can even be a comic. Okay, so in today's class, that's what we are going to be writing about. So when we're introducing ourselves, let's say our name, let's say where we're from, and let's say which book we're going to write about, and whether it kept us interested in reading or it turned us away from it. Okay, so I will start. Welcome everyone. My name is Hina. I am your teacher for this hour. I'm from Canada, and right now I'm in San Francisco, California. and I love to read. I don't read as much as I'd like to, but that's just lack of time. But if I had more time, I would definitely be reading more books. And my favorite book of all time, hands down, is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Okay, so this book is from 1800s, and the author is Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte. Okay, um, and I won't lie, it is a romance novel. Okay, but it's like a classic book. It's a Victorian novel, and it's very nicely written. And I read it when I was 11 or 12, and I was just like, I couldn't get enough of it, and I had to read all the movies. I had to watch all the movies and read all the books, and I did. Okay, so I'll be writing about that book in class today. So let's start with Andres.
Hello, Hina.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you? Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Andres?
Sure. My name is Andres. I am from Ecuador, South America. I live in the capital, Quito.
Okay.
And I'm not pretty good at reading. Actually, a few weeks ago, I took the IELTS, and my the band score, which is the worst was the reading. So
Okay.
I'm trying to practice a lot of reading and writing.
Okay. Do you like reading, though, Andreas?
Not very much.
Not very much. Okay. And I just want to say that reading, it doesn't only have to be in English. Okay, guys? You could love reading in your own language or in another language as well. Okay. So if there's a book that got you hooked onto reading and it wasn't in English, that's okay. It can be in whatever language that you like to read. Okay. So perfect. Thank you, Andreas. Next we have Hamid.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Hamid from Turkey, and when I was a child, I was a bookworm.
Oh. So which was the book? The book that did it all. Which one was it?
I like scientific or any kind of encyclopedias.
Okay.
And my mom told me when I was a baby, I was turning pages of books.
All the time. Okay, so Hamid is a bookworm. So, but you're only going to write about one book, okay, Hamid? In class, only one book.
And I will mention my long novel. I mean Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows last novel for Harry Potter.
That's awesome. Thank you, Hamid. Next we have Juan.
Hi, Hina. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Very well. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm from Venezuela. I'm 28. I don't read too much.
Okay.
I always start a book and then not finish.
Okay. So you're impatient. You're impatient.
One time I started with Da Vinci's Code. And read 3 pages. And then let it.
That's it. I give up.
Yes. And then came out the movie.
Okay, so you're like, movie it is. Okay, so you can write about why you don't like reading, okay? And why the book was not interesting enough, right?
Yes,
Thank you, Juan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next we have Koji.
Hi, Hina. I'm talking from Brazil, and during my life, I think I had some phases to read about reading, and during one phase, I read many classical books like Aldous Huxley, Voltaire, Shakespeare, and during another phase, I read many books about adventure and about the mountain climbing, about North Pole, about the South Pole, and I had many. I had tons of technical books also because I'm from IT technology field, so I read many technical books.
Okay.
And
so you are very well read. Well read. That is how. That's
okay,
awesome.
well,
yeah. So you can. So I'm hoping you're gonna tell us about one book that you've read and why you liked it so much.
Okay, yeah, I have one book here. It's called The South Pole, and it was about the racing to conquer the South Pole. It was in the beginning of the past century.
That's awesome. I'm excited to read what you have to write. Thanks, Koji.
Okay.
Next we have Mine.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I like reading, and I think one of the literature teacher, he forced us to read all classical books, and I like the classical books, but I read in Turkish, of course. One of my classical books is Anna Karenina. Tolstoy, yeah. I remember they have two books, and I read just like 7 days. Total is 1,000 pages, something like that.
Wow!
Yeah.
So we're reading more than 100 pages a day.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My mother was so worried because I didn't eat, I didn't do anything. I just sit and read it.
Yes. I know that feeling. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mine.
You're welcome.
Next we have Norbert.
I'm going to choose a book that I read recently, and this is
The Dream. Oh, that's awesome.
Interesting because he became a very successful businessman, and he is one of my role models.
Okay, so this is a non-fiction
Yes.
book.
It's a biography.
Oh, okay. Is it his? Did he write it himself, or did somebody else write it?
He wrote it himself.
Okay, so that's an autobiography. So when somebody writes a book about themselves, about their life, that's called an autobiography. And when somebody else writes about their life, that's called a biography. So Norbert's going to write about a non-fiction autobiography.
And
that's
this is in English, so it was a very good practice.
For you. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you, Norbert. I'm excited to read what you have to write. Next we have Pamela.
Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Pamela Fuentes. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Chile. And I really love read books, and I like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Ooh, okay.
It's one of my favorite books.
That's awesome. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it. Okay. Thank you, Pamela. And next we have Ronnie.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Go ahead.
My name is Ronnie Fernando. I'm from Colombia. I'm 33 years old, and I'm not too much into reading.
You're not too much into reading? Okay, then you can write about why you are not a fan of reading. Okay?
No, I'm not. I've read a few books, though, but I don't used to read much.
You're not used to reading much. Okay, perfect. And is this your first time on Verbling or in my class, Ronnie?
I couldn't get into one class a few years ago, in which you were playing two truths.
Two truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie. Yeah.
I was watching the class, but I couldn't join.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. I'm glad you made it. You made it in this time. Okay. So welcome, guys. So it's really nice to have everyone. So there are different interests in this class. Some people like reading, some people don't. And that's okay if you're not a fan of reading. I mean, it's not okay. You should love to read. No, but and if you don't like to read, you can write about why that is. Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen really quickly and show you guys. So for all those who are new, you can see over here, this is Verbling chat on the right side. Then you go to the left, and if you click on chat over here, I've posted a link. This is Google Chat. Okay? So if everybody could open that link, because we are going to be using that document to type our paragraphs. Okay? I can hear like some people talking, so if you guys could just keep yourselves muted, that would be great. Okay? So, and I'm going to ask if you guys could please not share this link with anybody outside of the class. So do not post this link in Verbling chat. Okay, this link is only for the students in class because I do not want students outside of class to have access to it. Sometimes people disrespect the privileges of being anonymous, so I don't want that happening in our class. Okay, and if you look at the document, the question is there. Write about that one book that got you hooked on reading or the one that turned you away from it. Okay, so the point of this class is to write about what the book was. All right, so I don't want like an endless story about, or the whole book itself. I just want a 5-sentence maximum paragraph. Okay, so this will help everybody with their summarizing skills as well, how to summarize. So do not write more than 5 sentences. I will tell you that I'm not going to read it if it's more than 5 sentences, all right? Because I want to go through everybody's paragraphs, and if you write too much, I won't be able to do that. Okay? So is everybody clear what we're doing in class? Yes? No? Maybe? Everybody's like already started writing, like I have no time. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I was writing.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, stop talking, lady.
How long do we have?
I'll give you guys 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And it doesn't really matter how long, because the first person who finishes, I'll read that paragraph first, and then so on and so forth. So even if I start reading people's paragraphs and you're not done, you can still continue writing. I'll move on to your paragraph later. Okay? So if everybody's good, you guys should be writing. Just write your name and write your paragraph at the bottom. 5 sentences maximum, no more than that. All right? And I'm going to mute everybody because I'm sure you guys want silence when you are typing. And there's noise coming from someone's microphone, and I don't know who that person is. So I'm just going to mute everyone. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to type as well. Yay. Rem. Hi, Rem.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to class. Are you familiar with what we're doing?
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Is this your first time on Burbling?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Welcome. It's really nice to have you join us. Is this your are you a beginner English speaker, or I'm sorry, Rem, yeah.
I am in intermediate level here.
Okay, so you're intermediate level. So we are.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a writing class. Okay. So if you just watch my screen here, you need to click over here on this button that says chat. Okay. And then this document is over there. You need to click on this document and you need to open it. And it will open this Google document that everybody is using to write their paragraph. Okay? So did you find it, Rem?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay. So what we're doing is we're writing about our favorite book, or what book it is that we liked when we read it, and what its story was. So we're basically writing a summary of your favorite book. Okay? So that's what everybody's doing. So you can just write your name and write your paragraph. Okay? So the question is on top of the document. Just read that question and then just answer it, write a paragraph about it. And then I'll read through everybody's paragraphs and correct it if there are any errors. Is that okay, Rem?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. I'm just going to mute you because I keep everybody muted when you're not talking. Otherwise, there's noise. There's like people where you are and I can hear them. So I'm just going to mute you. So you can go ahead and write your paragraph, okay? Blanca, hi. Can you hear me, Blanca? Blanca, hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
It's my first driving class.
That's awesome. I'm so happy you're here.
To join.
Okay, so that's awesome. So I'm so glad you were able to join. So do you know where to access the document from?
No.
Okay, so on the left there's a panel and it says chat. So click on the chat button, and here I am posting the Google document in it right now. Okay, so open that Google document, and that is what we are going to be. Okay, we lost her. Okay. When you guys are done, like the first person to finish, you can just let me know, and we'll start with your paragraph. Okay. Okay, Ronnie, I'm just going to say your paragraph is too long. Like, it's way too long. Koji, your paragraph should, like, that's it. You shouldn't be writing more than that. Okay? So, Ronnie, I would actually tell you to make it even shorter. Okay? So, can you cut out some parts and wrap it up? And Koji, that is all that you should be writing. Okay? If your paragraphs are too long, I cannot read everyone's, and it's unfair. Hamid, you should be wrapping up your paragraph as well.
I think my paragraph is done, Hina.
Okay, perfect. So Koji, so I'm just going to say again, Ronnie, your paragraph is too long. You need to make it shorter. Okay, by at least 2 lines. Like at least 2 lines need to be cut out. So let's see. So Koji, I guess we'll start with you. Let me just share my screen so everybody can see what we are editing.
Okay.
Let's see. There you go.
I'm wondering if all the tests were like that. Teachers asking us to write a few lines.
You wish that all classes were like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Not at Berlin, but at school. Yeah.
Like, why didn't we write more? Okay.
Stop writing.
So that's it. Stop writing. Okay. So Koji, whenever you're ready, if you want to read your book, your paragraph to us, then go ahead.
Okay, I'm reading. The South Pole is a book that describes the racing to conquer the South Pole. That running towards the South Pole took place in the beginning of the 20th century. Two explorers were caught on an epic running to arrive first. Sir Ernest Shackleton was the captain for the English team, and Captain Roald Amundsen was leading the Norwegian expedition. Roald Amundsen showed all his smartness and his strategical profile to win the running, even with cheaper budget and less experienced team.
Perfect. Thanks, Koji. Okay, so I'm just going to say that when you talk about a book, you have to either put it in quotation marks, the name of the book, or you have to italicize it. So you either put it in quotations or you make it like this. You don't do both. You do either or. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the South Pole is a book that describes the race. Racing is continuous. Is the race still going on?
No.
No, exactly. So it's in the past.
It has finished, yes.
So the South Pole is a book that describes the race to conquer the South Pole. The run, again, it's not still, the run towards the South Pole took place in the beginning. Beginning has two ends. In the beginning of the 20th century, two explorers, there were two of them, right? So explorers were caught in an epic run. Okay, we're caught in so you are caught in a run. In an epic run to arrive first. Sir Ernest Shackleton was the captain for the English team, E has to be capital, and Captain Roald Amundsen was leading the Norwegian expedition, N has to be capital. Lord Amundsen showed all his smarts. So you say smarts, you don't say smartness. And strategical, okay, all his smarts and strategical. You don't have to say his because you already say his here, so it's the same person. Showed all his smarts and strategical profile, smart and strategies. You can just say strategies, okay? Strategies to win the running, even with a cheaper budget and less experienced team. Perfect. Thank you, Koji. That was very well written. I mean, your tenses were almost all perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who is next? Who else is done?
I am done.
I am done is Ronnie. Perfect. Ronnie, can I get you to read your paragraph for us, please?
Okay. The book I enjoyed the most is End of Eternity by Isaac Asimov. It is a sci-fi novel which tells the story of Andrew Harlan actually, who is a member of an organization called the Eternity, which work is to maintain balance in human history by correcting every human event that causes catastrophes. Or so. But Andrew eventually learns that by doing so, eternity unintentionally forbids humanity to progress and evolve. This novel makes me think about the misconception of the good effects of control.
Wow, that is very well written. Thank you, Ronnie. And it sounds like a very interesting book.
I actually like it a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it actually sounds really interesting. I'm a big fan of sci-fi myself. Okay, so the book when you say I, it has to be capital. I've enjoyed, E-N-J-O-Y-E-D, okay? I've enjoyed the most is The End of Eternity. Eternity doesn't have an H in it. By Isaac Asimov. It is a sci-fi novel. So sci-fi, you can write sci-fi like this, but it's better to write it as the entire word, science fiction. Okay? It is a science fiction novel, N-O-V-E-L, which tells the story of Andrew, okay, who is a member of an organization called the Eternity. Okay. All right. Now, this is a really, really long sentence, okay? Actually, this entire sentence is way too long. So this can be broken up into 3 sentences, all right? So let's break it up into 3 sentences because this sentence cannot be this, like one sentence cannot be this long. It's known as a run-on sentence. Run-on sentence, okay? Something that is, yeah. So So this is a run-on sentence, so let's correct it. It is a science fiction novel which tells the story of Andrew. Full stop. Okay? So you can say Andrew again. Andrew is a member of an organization called the Eternity, which works to maintain.
Which work is? The work of eternity is.
Yeah, that's okay. So which works to maintain balance in human history by correcting every human event that causes catastrophes. Okay? Okay? That causes catastrophic effects. Okay? So when you say catastrophes or so, another way of saying is that causes catastrophic effects. So effects that are catastrophic, that are very bad for society. All right?
Okay.
You understand, Ronnie? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. However, we do not start sentences in English with but. We start them with however. Andrew eventually learns that by doing so, eternity unintentionally forbids humanity to progress and evolve. This novel, NOV, makes me think about the misconception of the good effects of control. Perfect. Thank you so much for writing that, Kobe. And your English is really good.
Thanks.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks so much. And you understand why we made all the edits that we did, right?
Yes, actually, I forgot that I was corrected about my long sentence before in a class I took here in Colombia. I forgot it.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so Oscar. Hi, Oscar. Welcome to class. I am going to post the link that we're using in Google Chat. Okay, Oscar? So on the left-hand side of the Hangout, there's a button that says chat, and I'm going to post this link over there. Here, I posted it there right now. Okay? Do you see it?
Okay, I see it.
Yeah? And perfect. So you're writing about your favorite book, a story, and it's just a paragraph. Don't write more than a paragraph. Like how much Ronnie has written, that is maximum. Don't write more than that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
And I'm going. Perfect. Okay. Who else is done?
Me, I am done. Hamid.
Hamid is done, and Juan. Juan, you have to speak up, not raise your hand, okay? I can't see you if you just raise your hand and don't say anything. So Juan, I'll look at yours first, and Hamid yours next, okay? Norbert, you need to like wrap up your paragraph. Okay, Minnie is done. Minnie looks like she's done. Juan.
Sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying that Norbert, you should be wrapping up your paragraph now. Like
What is wrapping?
Oh, like finishing. So,
Okay.
yeah. So don't think about writing more. Think about writing to finish the paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry. Who was next? Juan.
Hamid.
Juan Pablo. Yeah. Hamid, I'll read yours after Juan.
Okay.
So Juan, can I get you to read your paragraph, please?
All right. I read a few pages of one book called Caballo de Troya, Horse of Troy. That book was written by J.J. Benitez, a Spanish writer. The story is about a group of astronauts who traveled back to the past. The travel consists in go to the Jesus Christ era when he returned to life to Lazarus. In the ship traveled two astronauts. One of them kept in the ship, and the other had to leave it and interact. And interacting when interacting
with the people here. Let me edit it for you. With the people of Jerusalem.
With yes. And that's it.
That's it. I'm going on page 80.
In the 80 page.
Okay, so all right, so you're still reading it.
Yes, but I don't remember that book when the class began.
Okay, all right. So let's make some edits together. This is actually very well written. There's not that many corrections that we can make. So I read a few pages of. Instead of one book, you can just say a book. It means the same thing. Of a book called Fellow del Troy, and again, you have to put book names in either italics or quotation marks. Okay, so people know that you're talking about a book. Okay, that book was written by J.J. Bennett, a Spanish writer, Spanish, capital S.
Okay.
Okay, the story is about, not history, the story is about a group of astronauts who traveled back to the past. Okay, back to the past, all the way back to the era of Jesus Christ. Okay? So you can make this into one sentences. When he returns to life in Lazaro. That's where he lived, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The story is about a group of astronauts who traveled back to the past, all the way back to the era. Okay, to the era of Jesus Christ.
Hina,
Yeah.
Lazaro is a name for a person.
Is a what?
Jesus Christ gave life back into Lazaro. Lazaro is a person.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the history. So when
It's
he
okay.
returned to life by giving it back to Lazaro, is that what you would say?
Yeah.
Yes, Lazaro.
By
Gave life back to Lazarus.
by giving it back to. So that's right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm not too sure about the history. I don't want to like get it wrong. In the ship, okay, in the ship traveled two astronauts. One of them stayed in the ship, and the other had to leave it and interact with the people of Jerusalem. Perfect. In the ship traveled two astronauts. One of them stayed in the ship, and the other had to leave it and interact with the people of Jerusalem. And that's it. I'm going on page 80. Okay. Are you okay, Juan, with all the edits?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I actually want to read all these books. You guys sound like you read interesting books. All right. So we're done with Juan. Next we have Hamid. Okay?
Okay.
So Hamid, yes, go ahead and read your paragraph for us.
I want to mention about Harry Potter's last novel. Its name is Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. I read this book when I was in England. This book was bought by my brother.
This book was bought by my brother.
Okay. Was bought by my brother. The book had nearly 650 pages, and I finished almost in 1 month. The story was about other novels' progression. Generally, the novel mentions that thriller and adventure. The main event was meeting of Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort, and Harry Potter won the fight. The book finished an interesting and unexpected result.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hamid. I can hear someone typing really loud, so if you guys could please keep yourselves muted when you're not talking, that would be great. Okay? Okay. And I'm just going to say, Oscar, I know you just started writing, but you should be wrapping up. Okay, what I keep saying is this, guys, wrapping up. That means to finish. Okay, wrapping up means don't think about writing more. Think about finishing what you're writing. Okay? So Oscar,
finished.
You're finished? Okay, that's awesome. That's a long paragraph. Okay, so we are reading Hamid. I want to mention, you don't mention about anything, you just mention. And Harry Potter, whose book was it? J.K. Rowling. I want to mention J.K. Rowling's last novel. Okay?
Okay.
So you have to mention the author's name as well. You don't mention the author's name anywhere. So I want to mention J.K. Rowling's last novel called Harry Potter. And you don't say its name is. Its name is when you start a new sentence. Okay, so if you want to say it in the middle of a sentence and you say called Harry Potter and I think it's The Deathly Hallows. I read this book when I was in England. Full stop. It was bought by my brother. I read this book when I was in England. It was bought, okay? It was bought for me by my brother. Bought for me by my brother. The book had nearly 650 pages and I finished it all in one. And I finished it all in almost 1 month. In almost 1 month. Okay, so the position of the preposition matters as well. In almost 1 month. It all in almost 1 month. All right. Book and essay
Okay.
finished it all in almost 1 month. The story was about. Okay, the story was about other novels' progression. I don't know what that means.
I mean, Harry Potter is a series, and there are 7 novels.
Okay. All right. The story. Okay. The story was a progression. Okay, the story progressed from the plot of earlier novels. Okay. So, because what you're saying is like it doesn't make sense. It was the other novels' progression. The story progressed from the plot of earlier novels. So, what the story was in the other novels, this book was a continuation of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Generally, the novel mentions bad, thriller, and adventure. What is bad? This I don't know what this means. What do you mean by this?
Maybe I can't many more ideas. So there is a missing.
Okay. Okay. The novel is thrilling and adventurous. Let's just say that. The novel is thrilling and adventurous. Okay? Because I don't know what that sentence did not make any sense. The main event was the meeting between Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort. The main event was isn't it a fight?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so yeah, it's a fight because nobody wins a meeting. You win a fight, okay? The main event was the fight between Harry Potter and Voldemort, a fight which Harry Potter won. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you do not win a meeting, you win a fight. The book finished with an interesting and unexpected ending. Okay, the book finished with an interesting and unexpected ending. Okay? All right, Hamid? You comfortable with everything?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hamid. All right, who do we have next? Who else is done?
I'm done.
Okay, Norbert. Norbert, can I get you to read your paragraph? Okay, hold on, give me a minute. Oscar, no, who is it? Oscar, please do not unmute yourself. There's a lot of noise coming from your microphone. I keep muting you and you keep unmuting yourself. So please don't do that. When it's your time to talk, then you can unmute yourself, okay? Norbert, can you please read?
Gurbakhsha's story is remarkable, and it's a proof of what can be accomplished with a little motivation and ingenuity. I made a research in this topic, and he had the same attitude that other success people have, which urged me to keep changing my habits and my way of thinking too. He made millions at age 18 by pursuing what he loved without chasing the money, and gave us with this book the lessons he learned by experience. I like reading about such motivated people. They push me up to the steps of the stair of my dreams.
Thank you, Norbert. That's actually very well written. Okay, so Gurbakhsh Chako's story is remarkable, and it's proof of what? It's proof. You just say it's proof of what can be accomplished with a little motivation and ingenuity.
Or it's an example.
Yeah, it's an example or it's proof. Okay, so it's an example. What can be, so it's example. We don't say it is example. You say it is an example. You remember the class that we had earlier on article and conjunction? Yes, okay, yeah, there we go. This is why we need these. Okay, I made a research. No, you just say I researched this topic. And he had the same attitude as other successful people. Other successful people, comma, which urges me to keep changing my habits and my way of thinking. Okay, so what could you say? A way of thinking. and my way of thinking, you don't have to say two. Two is like when you make an addition after the fact. Okay? He made millions as age 18 by pursuing what he loved without chasing money, comma, and gave us with this book the lessons he learned by experience, and gave us with this book the lessons he learned by experience. There should be a comma somewhere here. But actually, this sentence is okay the way you've written it. I like reading about such motivate. Yeah, go ahead. No, yeah, go ahead.
The order may be, so he gave us the lessons he learned by experience with this book.
Yeah, no. Is that coming from your microphone, Norbert? It's like noise.
Sorry. Yes,
that's okay. That's okay. He made millions at age 18 by pursuing what he loved without chasing money, and gave us, comma, with this book, the lessons he learned by experience. This is the right sentence. It needs commas to be separated. That's it. I like reading about such motivated people because they push me up the steps. So you can say either up the steps or up the stairs. You can't say both. They push me up. Yeah.
This motivated, so they motivate me.
Yeah, I like reading about such. Oh, okay. About such people. About such motivating people. Yeah, same thing. Okay. So the people are not motivated. You want to say that you are motivated. Okay. So you say about such motivating people because they push me up the steps of my dreams. So you can just say up the steps of my dreams. So you can either say up the stairs of my dreams or up the steps of my dreams. It means the same thing, so you don't say both of them. Okay? Because they push me up the steps of my dreams. Perfect. Thank you so much, Norbert. That was very, very well written. And you're comfortable with all the changes that we made, right?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, who else? Who is it? Is that Minnie?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God, Minnie and Pamela, you both wrote so much. Okay. Go ahead. Start reading, Minnie.
Okay. I like reading. One of my favorite books is Anna Karenina. I have read this book more than 2 times. I like classical books.
It's okay. You don't have to read so fast, Minnie. Go ahead.
I think he is one of the best Russian authors. The book is about Anna Karenina life, and the novel is too long. I would like to talk about Tolstoy writing style. When I read this book first time, I felt live with Anna Karenina. This is wrong sentence.
That's okay. We'll correct it together.
And this book describes feeling very well, such as happiness, jealous, insecurity, lean on her lover, unhappy marriage, and how mother love her children because of his writing style. Anna Karenina is his first true novel.
Perfect. Thank you, Minnie. Okay. I like reading. Good. One of my favorite books is Anna Karenina. I've read this book more than 2 times. I like classical books. The author is Leo Tolstoy. I think he is one of the best Russian authors. Okay, so you can make this into one sentence. The author is Leo Tolstoy, comma, and I think he is one of the best Russian authors. Okay, so you can actually join those 2 sentences together. The book is about Anna Karenina's, life, not this. Okay, so the life belongs to her. So you have to make her plural, not the word life.
Can I say the life of the Anna Karenina also?
Yeah. The book is about the life of Anna Karenina, but that over there you wouldn't put any S's. Okay.
Yeah.
However, this novel is too long though. Okay, it's too long though. Okay, too long though. I would like to talk about Tolstoy's writing style. When I read this book the first time, I felt
Are you guys here?
Yes.
I cannot hear.
Do you guys hear Nina?
We are here, but
No.
Hina has a technical issue.
We cannot hear you.
She's present.
I think she's connection went down.
Hina.
Sorry guys, I don't know. It just dropped me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was reading Minutes. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, guys. This book describes feelings very well, such as happiness, jealousy, insecurity, and leaning on her lover's unhappy marriage. It also talks about full stop. Okay. It also talks about how a mother loves her child. About how a mother loves her child. Loves her child. Okay, full stop. We don't really start because, but because of his writing style, Anna Karenina is Tolstoy. Okay, so it's Tolstoy's first true novel. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mine. Do you understand all the edits that we made? I know I like left the class for a bit, but yeah.
Why you add so much throw? Like the novel is too long though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, though is another way of saying however. Okay? Because you talk about how it's the best novel that he's ever written, right? Like you talk about it's a great novel, but then you also mention a negative in the novel, right? So the negative of the novel is that it's too long. So you say, this is a great book, his writing style is awesome, however, it's too long, so I wish it wasn't that long. So when you provide contrast, when you compare good with bad, then you have to use a preposition for that. So though, although, and however are prepositions that you can use to show contrast. So it's not a great book, it's just a little too long.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
do you understand? You're welcome.
Yes,
okay.
I understand.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Next, let's get Pamela.
I want.
Okay, go ahead, Pamela.
That is very short.
That's okay. Go ahead.
This book is about a candy factory. The owner was called Willy Wonka. He was one of the most richest men in the city. One day, this man hiding 5 golden tickets in different kind of chocolates distributed in different parts of the city. So when the 5 children discover those tickets, they will be accepted in the candy factory and eat every kind of chocolate and candies. But in the story, only one child will be the winner because the other will be victims of the magical candy factory.
Okay, thank you so much, Pamela. Okay, so this book, this book is about a candy factory. The owner, okay, this book is about about candy factory. Okay, full stop. The owner was called Willy Wonka, and he was one of the most rich. You don't say most richest. You either say most rich or you say he is one of the richest. Okay. He is one of the richest men in the city. So one of the many rich men, right? One day, this man hides 5 golden tickets. Hides 5 golden tickets in different kinds of chocolates. Yeah, hides in different kinds of chocolates distributed in different parts of the city. Full stop. So when the 5 children discovered those tickets, so when 5 different children discover those tickets, they will be accepted into the candy factory and eat every kind of chocolate and candy. Candy is the plural of candy is candy. Okay? However, yeah, in the story only one child will be the winner. In the story, only one child will be the winner because the others will be victims of the magical candy factory. Perfect. Thank you so much, Pamela. Okay.
You're welcome.
And who do we have left? So Norbert, Koji, Pamela, Mine, Juan, Hamid. By the way, mine is right here if anybody's interested. Oscar, can I get you to read your paragraph, Oscar? Okay, you're muted. Yeah, go ahead, Oscar.
Well, I read it.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you? Yeah.
Solo los tontos creen el amor. Its traduction would be Only Fools Believe in Love. It's written by a Spanish writer called Marta Rigodelanta. The book is so catchy and awesome because I feel like if I were the writer's friend, because the main character is a female journalist who falls in love with two boys at the same time. With one, she has a serious relationship and has a fling with the other one. This book explains the way you fall in love with someone in that critical moment when you start to feel something for somebody else and the stress you can get in while you take the decision to who stay with.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to say, Oscar, that instead of commas, you're supposed to use full stop. So you've used all the proper, commas, but they're supposed to be full stop. So they're supposed to end the sentence, not pause it. Okay? So it's not transduction, translation. Its translation would be Only Fools Believe in Love. Okay? Perfect. Transduction is something else. It's written by a Spanish writer named. Okay? Again, full stop. The book is so catchy and awesome because I feel like I am the writer's friend. Okay? I am the writer's friend. Full stop. And you don't say because. And you're not talking about the story, so you can just go into the story. The main character is a female journalist who falls in love with two boys at the same time. With one, she has a serious relationship, and with the other, just a fling. Okay, so this is the proper way to write it. And the other, just a fling. This book explains. Hold on. Okay, so this book explains the way you fall in love with someone, and that critical moment when you start to feel something for somebody else, and the stress you feel, and the stress you feel while taking the decision, not while taking the decision of who to stay with. So when you take a decision of who to stay with, it's taking the decision of who to, not to who to stay with. Perfect. Okay, Oscar, that was very well written. I had to make very few edits to that. Okay, and I think those are all the paragraphs for everybody. If anybody's interested, my paragraph's there. Just saying, you can read it later. And thank you so much, everyone. It was really fun. I'm actually going to keep this document and try to find some of these books because they look really, really interesting. Yes.
Can you please write down how the point at the end of a sentence is called?
Period. Okay. Period or full stop. Period.
Oh, that one.
Full stop. Full stop. Both mean the same thing.
Full stop. Okay.
Okay. All right. So thanks, everyone. It was really fun being in class with everyone, reading your books, reading about the books that you like. And I'm just going to say that if you guys have any suggestions for future topics you'd like me to cover, then you can suggest those on my Facebook page. They're right there. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, everyone. This is the last class for today. I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you
Bye.
later.